Today was definitely one of the highlight days of my research. I finally made it to Cranhurst Road in the Willesden area this afternoon. And in Cranhurst Road in the Willesden area, there is a temple. It's a Hare Krishna temple, but it's not any old Hare Krishna temple. It is part of an organisation called the Gaudiya Mission UK. And if you Google Gaudiya Mission, you'll discover that it was founded in 1918 in West Bengal, India, by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the movement came to London in the 1930s, thanks to some of his disciples who were tasked with bringing Krishna consciousness to Western people. And this particular temple was donated by a Western convert in 1981. I talked about her in my research update earlier today, Daisy Boatwell, who became Her Grace Vinodvani Devi Dasi. So I finally went to the temple today and I met the devotees, and I've come away feeling really energized and inspired and enthused. And this definitely is pure Bengali Vaishnavism, pure Chaitanya Vaishnavism. Everything was in Bengali, so I didn't really understand much about it, but this was pure, original, authentic Bengali Vaishnavism, worshipping Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it's the kind of thing you'd find in the villages of West Bengal. When I walked into the house, I saw a picture of a lady, a painting portrait of a lady, and I have to admit, when I first saw the picture, I thought it was Margaret Thatcher. Bizarrely, it looked like Margaret Thatcher, but it wasn't. It was Daisy Boatwell, Vinodvani Devi Dasi, one of the first, possibly the first ever Western Hare Krishna. And the devotees were so nice and warm and encouraging, and I went with a list of questions that I didn't really do formally. I didn't get out a notepad and start asking people questions, but I asked people questions, particularly about the foundation of the mat, without them kind of knowing I was asking the questions. Now, I asked a lady who was making garlands. I said to her, is anybody here today, or will anybody be coming today, that met Daisy Boatwell, Vinodvani Devi Dasi? And she said, well, probably not. They won't be coming today because they're very elderly and they only really come for festivals. Which kind of reminded me and made me realise that these people that I'm trying to make contact with are quite a lot older than me. And if you think by the fact that Vinodvani Devi Dasi passed away in 1981, that's almost 40 years ago. So to be able to meet devotees that A, met her, it's not going to be easy, and B, were initiated by her. So I said to this lady, are there any disciples of hers that come here? And this lady said, yes, a few. So I don't know if this lady was Bengali, by the way. I don't know if there was a slight misunderstanding or translation issue, but she definitely said a few, and she definitely referred to disciples in the pluralistic sense of Vinodvani Devi Dasi. So there is a lot of reverence and respect for this lady at this temple in Cranhurst Road, and there is definitely a lot of gratitude towards her and for her, because without her, this house wouldn't be a temple. So I'm going to continue pursuing building a relationship and getting to know these devotees. And what I just can't really fathom and really get my head around is that when ISKCON was being formed in the UK in the late 60s, there were already Hare Krishnas in the UK. Today, by the way, is the 15th of September, the 50th anniversary of the establishment of ISKCON in the UK. So a big Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada, all my friends. But what I just can't get my head around that there were Hare Krishnas in the UK in the 40s and the 50s and the first half of the 1960s. And what were they doing? And this temple, donated by Vinod Vani Devi Dasi, wasn't donated until 1981. It was her house before. So were they using her house as a temple, or did they meet elsewhere? Lots of questions, but I'm very keen to visit again the Gaudiya Mission Temple. Its formal name is the Sri Vasudev Gaudiya Mat. As I said earlier, according to their website and their marketing materials, it was established by His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who was the spiritual master, the spiritual teacher of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. So, Britain's first Hare Krishnas. The Hare Krishnas have been in the UK for almost 100 years. So that's my update for today. I've got some wonderful photos and some short films I filmed on my phone of the darshan, of the arti in the temple. It's a beautiful temple, wonderful temple. It's a very homely feeling, probably because it's a house. And my very assisting research assistant was with me today, so that means there's some photos of me in, which makes a change. So I'll be putting those photos and videos on later today. Thank you. Hare Krishna.